Hey girls, so today I wanted to do a complete video all about my favorite palettes. Most of the palettes I'm going to be talking about are eyeshadow palettes, and then I have one blush palette. So I have a good mix between drugstore palettes and high-end palettes. I love palettes. Let me first start off by saying that my dog is going crazy in the background. She wants me to play ball with her, but I'm going to film. So anyways, ignore her if she's going crazy this entire video. But as I was saying, I love palettes because first of all, they're amazing to travel with, and you typically get the best bang for your buck when you're doing palettes because you're getting a large selection of colors, and it's kind of marked down a little bit compared to like a full-size eyeshadow if you were to buy it from the company by itself. And you get to try a little bit of each, and then you find out which colors you absolutely love, and you can buy full size and stuff like that. So I really love palettes, and I've got quite a collection of them. Now I consider thank you, Bella. I consider palettes anything over 4 colors in a little container. So if you want to see a video like on my favorite trios and quads, let me know and I will be glad to do that as well. But let's just go ahead and get started into my palettes video. So I'm going to first start off with my drugstore palettes, and the first one I have here is by Wet n Wild. And it is the Comfort Zone palette, and it has 8 different colors in this palette, and you've got some great different varieties. They're all shimmery, which is kind of hard with palettes. You like to have like a matte in there every once in a while, but oh well. So these eyeshadows are insanely pigmented. You've got, it kind of tells you the place to put them, so if you're kind of new to makeup, you can do that, or you can completely do your own thing with it, but it gives you kind of like a list of where you can put them: brow bone, eyelid, crease, and definer. So yeah, I really like this palette. I don't use it all that much, only because there's quite a bit of fallout from it, but it's a really good deal and it's really nice. Now, I do not recommend traveling with this palette necessarily because my luck with Wet n Wild palettes is that they tend to break pretty easily. So you don't want these dark, crazy shadows like getting all over your bag and stuff like that. But overall, this is an amazingly pigmented, really nice quality eyeshadow palette for super affordable, and I found this at Walgreens. Moving on to a palette that I got when I first started makeup, and it's from e.l.f. Now, I'm not sure if you can buy this exact thing, but I got it at Christmas time, like probably 2 years ago, and it was $5, and it's their Neutral Eye Beauty Encyclopedia, the Neutrals edition. And as you can tell, it just kind of opens like this. It has a bunch of different eyeshadows and then kind of has like a diagram. It also came with a brush and an eyeliner, but neither of them were really that good. So these are the colors that come with it. It gives you the good variety of matte and shimmery colors, and overall these are really, really nice quality eyeshadows. I've used quite a bit out of this palette. I don't reach for it as much anymore, but when I was first starting off with makeup, I reached for this palette all the time. So I definitely recommend kind of like a palette like this from e.l.f. The packaging isn't fancy or anything, but it's nice. It gives you a lot of colors, so I really recommend this. 12 eyeshadows is a pretty good deal for $5. So yeah, go ahead and check the e.l.f. eyeshadows out in general. I really recommend them, but in a palette like this, great deal. Okay, so the next kind of company that I want to talk about is BH Cosmetics, and they're the same as like Coastal Scents, I'm pretty sure. I'm not completely aware, but these are like the world famous YouTube palettes. These were super popular way back in the day, and you can't find them at the drugstore, but they're pretty drugstore priced. They range anywhere from $12 to I think $20 or $10 to $20, something around that, and they're always having deals. So I totally recommend trying this out if you're new to makeup and you do makeup not like you're traveling with makeup or anything like that. If you just like to collect makeup, or you're doing it on other people for like Halloween, stuff like that, I totally recommend these palettes. So the first one I want to talk about is the 88 color palette, and this is the neutral eyeshadow palette, and it comes with, like it says, 88 eyeshadows. And each one of them is about the size of a dime, and they just range in colors. I mean, really, really nice colors in here. They're all super pigmented. You're not getting a whole lot of one eyeshadow, but you'll be surprised how long they really do last when you've got this many variety eyeshadows. So it's quite nice. I don't use this all that much. I bought this quite a long time ago when I first started off with makeup. But as you can tell, the colors are super, super pigmented. So if you're new to makeup, I definitely recommend a palette like this. But like I said, it'd be super hard to travel with this, so I don't recommend trying to travel with it. But I really love the neutral palette. Also from BH Cosmetics, I have the 120 color palette, which is crazy. This one's a little bit thicker than the other one. But like it says, it has 120 colors, and these are dime-sized colors. So it's got a bunch of bright, really pigmented colors up top, and then if you just kind of take this second layer off, it has really nice dark neutral colors. So this got a great variety of matte and shimmery shades, and they're all super pigmented. I really use the bright ones a lot for like going out, to concerts, to just like going out where I want a really fun, bright look. These are pigmented, and I really, really like them because I don't wear these all the time, so it's not like I would go to MAC and buy like this crazy bright purple because I'm never going to use it all that often. So I really like going with something like this for 20 bucks, 120 colors. It's an amazing deal. So I totally recommend this if you want to experiment with some more color in your look. Okay, so that is it for my drugstore eyeshadows. Now I'm going to move on to my high-end eyeshadow palettes. The first one I'm going to talk about is my M.A.C palette, and I made this M.A.C palette, which is awesome. Cool thing with M.A.C. The only thing is you do not get a discount making this palette. It is about $150 if you fill the entire palette and buy the little container. I want to say it's around $150, but it's amazing because you get to put your own colors in it, so you can kind of play around, customize your own palette, see what works for you by trying other palettes. And this is amazing for traveling because they're all magnetic into the little pan, and then you just close it up and you're good to go. It's pretty thin, compact. So if you want to see all the colors in my M.A.C palette, I'm just going to show you kind of like this, but if you want to see all the colors, I go in depth. I have a complete video on my M.A.C palette, so I will link that in the down bar. So yeah, that's just the M.A.C palette, and you can do this with blushes as well, so that's really cool. Moving on, the next three are all from Urban Decay, and I'm sure that you can guess them. The first one is the Naked palette. This is the original one, and this is just an amazing warm tone neutral palette, all super pigmented, all like just amazing quality. It comes with, I believe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shadows, and also with a brush and a little Urban Decay Potion Primer Minis. And it comes with a mirror, and this is awesome for traveling because you can literally create daytime looks or nighttime looks with this, transform your complete look with just this palette. It's amazing. It has 2 matte shades, and the rest are all shimmery. And they're all really nice. The only one that I noticed a whole lot of fallout from is Sidecar, but it's a gorgeous color, so you can definitely work with it to make it work for you. So this is the Naked Original palette. I absolutely love this and totally recommend it to anyone who is interested in a palette that is neutral. Totally recommend that. And then moving on, I have the Naked 2 palette. And I bought this just because of the hype, and I like it, but it's definitely not my favorite thing ever. I definitely use the Naked 2 palette more on my look, but I love swatching this. I just love the colors, but I never really wear it on my eyes all that much, which is sad, but I need to. This is just kind of a different little setup. It's kind of got a tin outside, and this came with a double-sided brush down below and a little lip gloss, a lip junkie in the color Naked. But this has got some cool toned shadows. Now these have a lot more fallout, I find, than the other, the Naked 1 palette, but Urban Decay reformulated their eyeshadows for this palette as well as from here on out, and some people aren't liking it as much because it definitely has a lot of pigment, but you cannot like just swipe your finger in it because it'll be chunky and kind of fall out a lot. So if you use just a brush with it, you don't have that issue. So yeah, I really like the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. It's got 3 matte shades, and the rest are all shimmery, and only 1 glitter color, which is Chopper. But anyways, I really love this palette. It's really nice for traveling and for cool toned looks. And then my next palette is also from Urban Decay, and this is the Book of Shadows Volume 4, I believe, and I bought this off Outlook or Hotlook or whatever you want to call it. It's crazy. But this is not perfect for traveling because it's so big, but it's pretty cool to look at. So as you can tell, the first top, you just like open it up. It's got a mirror, some butterflies, some fun stuff. And then you open this drawer down below, and in here was, I don't even know, an Urban Decay primer potion, the curly mascara, and Perversion liquid eyeliner, and then like a speaker thing, and then a USB cable. I don't know, because you're supposed to like hook this up. It's supposed to be all technology like, but I didn't do that with it, so can't really tell you that. But you can completely pull out this drawer, I think. Yeah, I've done it before. Anyways, just didn't want to come out. But these are all the eyeshadows, so you get a crazy mix of eyeshadows in this palette. It comes with 16 different colors, which is really, really cool. I think I got this palette for like $30, which is amazing. Like, just a great deal. So it's like $2 an eyeshadow, not even, because it comes with like all the other little knickknacks. So this has a crazy amount of amazingly pigmented neutrals and colors. This is perfect for the summer and springtime because you can do like a neutral look and do a pop of eyeshadow down on the lower lash line. I used this when I went to a concert, wanted a really fun, bright, just like playful look. I really love this palette. And if it's still on Outlook or on UrbanDecay.com on sale, I totally recommend getting this palette because it just is a really good, you know, Urban Decay eyeshadows are amazing to begin with, and when you come in a palette like this, it's just a great investment, and it's just really, really nice. And then last but not least, I have a blush palette, and it is the 10 color blush palette. It's a 10 color palette, Professional Blush by M.A.C Cosmetics, and this just has 10 different blushes, like it says, all over the range. I mean, you have your brownie nude, you have your pinks, you have your hot pinks, your corals, your oranges, just like crazy amount of colors. I don't think that there is a blush that, you know, you can't do. You can do a look with any of these blushes, make blush work for anything. So I really think this is great. I think it's universal and it'll work on a lot of people's skin tone, as well as they're super pigmented and pretty easy to blend. Like, you know, some blushes that are just kind of like patchy and nasty. I think that the quality on these is actually quite good. They're pigmented, but not crazy pigmented where you look like a clown when you put on your blush. So I totally recommend this palette. Now, I don't think that traveling with this, I guess if you're a makeup artist, but I don't know where I would need to go on vacation or anything like that, and I would need 10 blushes, but maybe you do. But anyways, so that is the M.A.C Cosmetic 10 color palette in blushes. So those are all of my favorite palettes. I hope you girls enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and you'll go ahead and check out some of these palettes. If you have some favorite palettes, let me know in the comments down below, like if you've tried the Too Faced palettes or anything like that, because I've never tried any of them, as well as like any other company that you've tried palettes with. Yeah, and if you have any like MAC colors that you think that I should put in my palette and stuff like that, let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check out my MAC palette video, and I will talk to you girls later. Have a great day. Bye!